go there. Have you ever seen any of those cringy fan scenarios where you go to the concert of your favorite boy band and they are performing and suddenly they spot you in the crowd and they bring you to the stage and reveal to you that they've actually always been your biggest fan and your fave confesses his undying love for you. You perform together, the crowd cheers. Yeah, that's kind of what Gamescom felt like for me. What it felt like, not what it actually was. There were sadly no love confessions, and also Viva is not a boy band anymore. But yeah, anyway, it was an amazing experience and I wanted to tell you about it. I have some notes here so that I hopefully don't forget any interesting parts. So, what is Gamescom? Gamescom is a video game convention with hundreds of thousands of people attending. And did I go there to stand in line for hours to play games that are mostly published already? No. Did I go there to drown in crowds of hundreds of thousands of people and get overwhelmed by loud noises and just a lot of input, just a lot of overstimulation? Absolutely not. I went there really only to meet Viva La Dirt League. That was my only goal there. And it was so worth it. Like, the convention in and of itself is something that I would stay far away from otherwise. It's just too big, too crowded, and also I'm not even a gamer. Like, I know, shocking. Of course I play video games now and then, but I'm not a gamer. I don't even know why I like Viva La Dirt League so much, but I do, and yeah, I really, really wanted to meet them and see the show, and yeah, so I went there, and of course, I had to dress up a little for that. You probably know I like dressing up, so of course I did for this one. I actually made all of 2 videos about what I would wear if I went to a convention. And the funny thing is, the first of those 2 videos, I didn't even know Gamescom was going to happen. I had no idea. I actually learned they were planning to go on the day I released that video. So yeah, that's a funny coincidence. But anyway, what I did in the end was I combined different cosplays, cosplay of Belinda and of Clove, Greg's daughter, with a bunch of other Viva La Dirt League related Easter eggs. So the clothes were from the cosplays, but I also had a fishing rod for Balin, I had a fish for Balin, I had the garlic bulbs for Greg, and so generally epic NPC man stuff. But I also had these little board or tech town shirts that I made attached to me, and a bunch of pens like those that Manager Rowan likes to hoard. And I had a frying pan, which was an Easter egg for PUBG logic. So it was a general Viva La Dirt League cosplay, basically. Yeah. And so I went there, and a couple years ago I pledged for the Kickstarter, the Great Expansion, and for that reason I have a power coin. And there it is. There. And so yeah, I was able to go to the PowerCoin meet and greet and signing session, and that was a surprisingly creepy and daunting experience, to be honest. It was also great. But yeah, let me explain. So the hall in which all the signings took place was a large hall. Not super high ceiling, so it was still kind of feeling, I don't know, the floors were black, the walls were black, and the ceiling was also black. So it was a completely black hall, quite dark in a way. Of course it was well lit, but still it felt very dark and for the normal signing sessions you had to book a spot. Now we were PowerCoin people, we did not have to book a spot, and that had been communicated to the Gamescom staff as well. And then there was a shift change, and the new people on the new shift, they did not know about it. So I had to explain to them what was going on, and they left me through. But at first they told me, or us, there were other people there at that point as well, told us to wait. I'm very glad I went again and asked again and explained some stuff, because I would have been so pissed. No, actually heartbroken if that wouldn't have worked out. So yeah, and then we went behind the part that was guarded and talked to the other fans a bit, and and then at some point we were brought into a different part of the hall where the actual signing was supposed to start. And then, so again, very dark environment, right? Very dark, a little creepy. And you're there, and you're probably already kind of anxious because you're meeting your idols and stuff. And then we all hear a beep, and suddenly there are these, I don't know what they are called, folding gates maybe? These large gates are going down and making this beeping noise, probably so you don't get crushed underneath them. And they start going down all the way down the hall. So like completely separating our part of the hall from all the other fans that are waiting for the normal signing sessions and stuff. And I heard someone from the staff say, "Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen." Yeah, but it did happen, and those doors closed all the way down. So now we were in a large, dark, all black hall, closed in, locked in. Yeah, so that's not creepy at all. I mean, I do have a few anxiety problems of my own, but I imagine for some people being nervous and anxious because you're going to meet your idols, being in an environment that isn't exactly cozy or familiar or homely, and then you get locked in. But it all was forgotten when the boys actually came, and they came in, and I think we were all a bit, are we supposed to go there now? Just a little nervous, and but we were told to go, and I think I was one of the first 3 people or so who took heart and ventured towards them. And I thought, well, I've come in cosplay, right? Now or never. And I took my fishing rod and I did a little Balin walk towards them. And then I guess Alan spotted me and immediately went, "I recognize you." And I mean, it's possible that it was kind of I recognize you in character because you're Balin and I play Greg, right? But at the time, I did interpret it as, I recognize you from your videos, which is a possibility. because I know he has seen some of them. He has commented on some of them, which doesn't mean he remembers my face, but it could be. And so yeah, that's how I took it at the time, and other fans interpreted it as that as well. So maybe. Oh, and I tried to be funny and yelled back, "Oh, and I recognize you too! What a coincidence!" Yeah. Then the signing session started, and I went up to them, and Rowan asked me if he had seen me at another convention before, which he definitely hasn't. But you could also interpret that as, I've seen your face before, I just don't know where to place you. And if he actually does, I guess it's again from my videos, so yay. Then I wanted to... So when I went there, I had a plan for what to tell them when I get to see them. I had it all planned out. My main quest was to tell them how grateful I am for their content. And not only because it's very entertaining, of course, and very fun, but also because it has inspired me to make so much fan content. You know that, I mean, there's the videos, but there's also a ton of fan art that I've done. There are a couple fan songs that I've recorded, and that has brought me just an entire world of fun, so much fun, and I wanted to thank them for that. Okay, so that was my main quest. I started talking about that. I started off yeah, by the way, thank you for your content. And then Adam cuts me off and goes, "Oh yes, and thank you for being so active in the community." Yeah. And I from that point on, I think I just babbled on about how much fan creations I made, but I think I completely forgot saying how much fun that has been for me and how grateful I am for that. So yeah, thank you, Adam, I guess. But yeah, no, that was actually amazing that they would thank me for my content when I was there to thank them for theirs. I then got my loot. I brought my Azure map that I also got from the Kickstarter pledge. I got it signed. I had them sign the ocean part, so now I have an ocean of signatures basically. And then photos were taken, and there was a girl from the Gamescom staff that was taking the photos, which was very, very helpful. But yeah, let's go through these photos, and I'll comment on them a little bit. So photo number 1. Let's go! Whee! Reverse corpsing by not laughing into the camera. You can leave your head on... Oh wait, no, I can't. Ah! And this is how I learned about the tragic incompatibility of my head and Rowan's shoulders. Yeah. Photo number 2. Let me just take this off real quick. What's going on? What's she doing? This is fine. Photo number 3. Yeah, woohoo! Finally, a proper photo! Excited! Excited fan, excited Viva, excited everyone. Photo number 4. Still excited, but not as much because we're not actually sure if we're done yet or not. Yay, I guess. Photo number 5. Now in vertical. What? Is she still taking photos? Genuinely surprised she didn't lower the camera, but just changed format. Oh. Oh dear. This is fine. And photo number 6, the blurry last picture everyone got. Yeah, so that was the signing session. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Then I did not go on Friday, but I did go back on Saturday. And I believe it was on Saturday that I woke up to a message from Claire, actually, Rowan's wife, asking, "Hey, didn't I see your Clove cosplay at the convention?" Which was very sweet. She's commented on a couple of my videos, and she's so sweet. And I was like, yeah, well, kinda. Yeah, and then there was a live show on Saturday in the main hall. Like, it's a gigantic hall made for 5,000 people, and it was not full, but at some point I could tell the hall was round about half full. So like 2,500 people maybe. It had a kind of trailer in the beginning, and it was so epic. They had these huge screens behind the stage, gigantic, ginormous screens, and they played a Viva trailer basically on that. And it was so epic. Like, it felt like some kind of blockbuster, huge Lord of the Rings level promo kind of event. Yeah, and so it was amazing to watch. And it kind of, I felt somewhat proud, like the kind of proud that you probably shouldn't be, because you had no part in it, but I was kind of, proud to be a fan watching that. I mean, I guess I pledged to the Kickstarter back then, and of course getting the studio made things a lot higher production value. So maybe the pride is a little bit justified, but yeah, was just blown away. But before that started, so we were sitting in the crowd. I was sitting third row, maybe. We were sitting there waiting, and then a dude comes up to me and goes, "Hi, your cosplay is awesome. We are from Team 17 and we'd like to take your picture." And me, being the noob that I am, I'm like, "Huh? Who's Team 17? But whatever." Turns out, Team 17 is actually the company that not developed but published Nice Day for Fishing, which is the game Viva La Dirt League was there to promote. So yeah, that was kind of cool. And so I got up and I let them take my photo, and little did I know they were also taking a video, and both the photo and the video then made it onto the Instagram account of Team 17. And in the reel, you can see that I'm putting this little quest mark on my head, and that's actually something another fan created. Super cute, super awesome. And Xing, that was. When I got up, I didn't have my fishing rod with me, so they start taking pictures, and I'm like, "Oh no, my fishing rod! I need my fishing rod!" And my boyfriend hands it to me, and I put it on my shoulder, and in the process, knock the quest mark off my head, which was, I'm sure, in a way, endearingly clumsy and all that, but at the moment it was pretty embarrassing, and it took some time and such. But so that's why I had to pick it up and put it on my head again. But I think in the video it turned out great. Okay, so about the show. The actual show basically consisted of two parts. The first one was they were reading or acting out skits that were not released yet from little paper scripts. They had brought three little paper scripts, which was pretty fun to just watch them perform live. And then they got to a Q&A session. So fans could line up and ask questions, and also say what their favorite skit was. And I did line up, And while we were doing that, they actually signed those little paper scripts to give out to fans during the Q&A. Yeah, and then this happened.
Next question.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
So favorite skit would be probably Skip, the very first Epic NPC Man one.
Yes. Skip.
But also the fighting episode in Witcher Logic.
Oh,
the
yes.
one with the Bruxa fight.
The Bruxa
season
fight.
one.
Oh, yeah.
That was so epic.
And again, shout out to Amand,
Amand,
who is our stunt coordinator.
Again, making me look good.
Yeah.
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 And my question, when you made Balin's route, was there ever a version of the script where it didn't have Balin's lines as nice day for fishing aided, but what he actually meant? So
That's a really interesting question. Like, I remember Alan, you did, because Alan wrote it, you did give every line I say a kind of intention.
Yeah.
So in the script, there actually is the intention behind what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it was always like that, was it?
This is Balin's route.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was it's a really interesting process writing essentially for a Pokemon as the protagonist. It was somebody who just says his name over and over essentially. But every every conversation was just that, was a genuine conversation.
I can't remember we had a conversation where I was like, I think it was always had an intention, but maybe there was some that didn't, and I was like, can you actually write an intention for me?
Yeah.
Because obviously I can just go, morning, nice day for fishing, ain't it? But it really mattered to know what I was actually saying behind the line.
Yeah.
That's a top
That's
question.
a great question.
That's a great question.
script-worthy question. And you have to decide the next one.
Was that?
That's great.
I'll give the last one.
Next question, please.
Okay. I got the question for you. You go first.
I was not able to wipe that grin off my face for the rest of the day, I think. And of course, there it is. There is the script. Ta-da! Yeah. So that was super awesome. By the way, the reason why I was speaking so slowly, sure, I was on a huge screen talking in front of 2,500 people, but that was actually not the bad part about that. But I could hear my own echo from the speakers in the room, and that was really, really distracting, very, very distracting. So it was hard to even get anything out, to be honest. But yeah, and also I must admit that at one point during them answering my question, I kind of zoned out, because while Alan was speaking, I saw that Adam kicked Rowan and motioned towards the script, and Rowan was doing like a questioning and then took the script, and I'm like, am I getting a script? Am I getting one of those scripts? Is Rowan going to give me one of those scripts? So I didn't even register the rest of the answer. I listened to it later. I know what Alan said, but yeah. And the thing was, so I was the second person to get a script, and the one before me, I don't know, I think it was a dude, I'm not sure, but anyway, a taller person, which is easy because I'm a very short person. And I remembered that Adam kind of, had to stretch a little to hand it to them. So when I saw Rowan come towards me, I was genuinely worried that he would not be able to reach me. Because the stage was quite tall. I think it went up to here for me while standing. And then there was like a safety barrier also, and between that barrier and the stage there were a meter maybe of space for the security guards. And so I was really like, what if he can't reach me? So I went up to that barrier and went like as far as I could. Yeah, but Rowan, being the sweet cinnamon roll goofball that he is, just not only gets down on one knee to hand it to me, which by the way would have been well enough. Turns out the length of both our arms combined would have easily been enough. But no, he flops down on his belly all the way down, gets on one level with me and hands me that script, and that was really a sight to behold. And also a little known fun fact, while he was coming towards me, he was kind of having this in character expression on his face, kind of a here's the script kind of thing, you know. But once he had given it to me, that expression changed to just a, and I thought that was pretty cute. So yeah, that happened. So that was mostly it. Although one more thing, for the PowerCoin session I brought gifts for the guys. I brought a print of a fan art of mine for Alan, and a hand knitted scarf for Claire, Rowan's wife. We've had a few small interactions. I think she's a very, very sweet person, and I love knitting, so win-win situation. And also a t-shirt for Rowan with a design that I made myself that was the very first Viva fan creation I ever made. A design that therefore means a lot to me. Anyway, and I brought 2 little printed cat toys for Adam's cats. One with a Baradoon fan art of mine and one with a picture just of Jeff. Because my idea was that these toys were filled with catnip, so I thought his cats would surely cuddle and play with it a lot because it just smells great. And then he could show photos of his cats loving Jeff so much, and it's going to piss off everyone because we've all decided to hate Jeff. Yeah. And then a couple of days after Gamescom, I get a message on Discord from Adam with a video of Obi, his cat, destroying this. I mean, not destroying as in it was... It's meant to be played with roughly, obviously. But like just going at it and destroying poor Jeff. And yeah, I guess the plan didn't quite work out. I guess Obi just wants to destroy Jeff just as much as everyone else. So that kind of fits, I guess. But I was extremely happy to get that reaction. Super happy. And also Claire put the scarf in her story and thanked me for that. So that was very, very sweet as well. Yeah. And also it was super great to meet some other Viva fans for once. Some of us had chatted via Discord in advance, and yeah, then just meeting them IRL was a very new experience for me, because while there are some people in my life that I know like Viva La Dirt League, there's liking and being a fan of Viva La Dirt League, and then there's liking and being a fan of Viva La Dirt League and flying to another country just to meet them. And that's my crowd. And meeting those was amazing. Some of them brought gifts for for a lot of people, which I have now. And obviously the quest mark was so great. It was a great thing to have while sitting in that crowd during the live show, because of course the boys saw that and they commented on it, and so yeah, we are the quest mark crew now, I would say. Yeah, and I got to fangirl a little with someone, and yeah, we all clicked pretty well, and yeah, that was amazing too. So yeah, I really hope they come back next year. It's at this point not looking bad for that, actually. They might come back, and if so, I'm going to go, like, definitely. And I'm going to be in cosplay again, and I'm actually already working on something. Almost forgot. After people saw that I got that script, I was asked by a couple people actually what I was going to do with it, because there are skits in there that they did not read out. So I now have access to unreleased skits that really no one, save for the crew, has seen before. Yeah, and so there was the question of what am I going to do with it? And I, of course, don't want to spoil anybody, but I did pick one skit and made a trailer out of it. I think, pretty much spoiler-free trailer. It's just a silly little video. Yeah, I posted it on Facebook the other day in the squad, but it got caught in a spam filter, so barely anyone saw it. So if you want to see that, it's there. It's in the squad. It just didn't get much traction, but it did quite well on Reddit. So yeah, so that was my Gamescom experience, my little summer romance with Viva La Dirt League. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Have a lovely day. Playtama Piglet over and out. Ah. Ah. Ow. Ah. Ow. I have a cramp in my tongue from grinning like that. Ah. Bleh. Bleh. Yeah, how do I end a video like that? No idea.